Hello, this is Manish Patel from eiicapital.com. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets or the Forex markets. Today is May 23rd, 2012. It's been a little while since we've done these weekly videos, but we're going to start ramping up and start doing them every week again. It's just we've been going for some website changes and some stuff like that, so we want to make sure that we can optimize on all the tools and resources that we're giving you for these videos. As normal, this is our disclaimer. This is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument at all. If you do so, you're doing it at your own risk. All charts you're going to see today are from Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade, and the music that you hear in the background is from Guitaro. Okay, here are my contact details there. You could go to our website here, ichimokutrade.com. On the ichimokutrade.com, we now have tons of free videos there. All you have to do is just register. We also have access to our Twitter, YouTube, Facebook time frame signal for the daily time frame. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to first go through each individual currency, and we're going to see exactly what's going on with all the currencies. So, if you look at all the currency in regards to Australia right now, you could see that a lot of this is red, and in some cases it's green. If it's green, that's pretty much reversed. But Australia is kind of weak right now compared to all the currencies. Notice the dailies are in 5. Start looking at charts where on the left hand side is the daily time frame, right hand side is going to be a weekly. What we're going to do a little different today is we're going to go to our heat map service here. This is our signal service here. Okay, the way it works is basically red means you're betting on things going down, green means you're betting on things going up. If you see the letter that's yellow, that means it's overextended. So if it's red and it's yellow, that means it's oversold. If it's green and yellow, that means overbought. So if you're in the position, tighten up your stops. If you're not in the position, then it's too late. You need to wait for a pullback or something to happen to equalize. Okay, and what you're looking for is basically 2s and 4 values, preferably 4 because that's the most high probability there. So you're looking for 2s and 4s. Now the way we're going to do it on the videos now is we're going to look at the dailies and weekly, and if you want a multiple time frame signal, what you're looking for is a 2 or 4 on the daily time frame and a 2, 4, or 5 on a weekly time frame. This will basically give you a multiple time frame signal for the daily time frame. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to first go through each individual currency, and we're going to see exactly what's going on with all the currencies. So if you look at all the currency in regards to Australia right now, you could see that a lot of this is red, and in some cases it's green. If it's green, that's pretty much reversed. But Australia is kind of weak right now compared to all the currencies. Notice the dailies are in 5. That means the trend is pretty much over, and a lot of them are yellow. So right now, the Australian currency is weak compared to a lot of currencies. But you could notice everything's in 5. So 5 pretty much tells you too late to the game, and also that they're yellow, so it's too late. Let's go look at CAD. If you look at CAD, you got a mixture of things going on here. A lot of them are in 5s already too. Some are in 2s, so there's a mix opportunity here. But notice you'll have green over here for daily and red over for weekly. So this is in a state of influx on a lot of these things. So right now CAD doesn't look that great either. Okay, let's look at the US dollar. If you look at the US dollar, pretty much the same colors almost for daily and weekly, which is good. Majority of all the dailies are in 5s and 4s, so majority of them are 5s, and then if you notice they're in yellow, that means it's overextended. That means basically it's too late to the game already, and this shows you here that the dollar has been very, very strong, so the trends are occurring. What we're trying to do is find a trend that's about to occur where you don't see a lot of 5s over here, you see a lot of 2s and 4s, and then you also see the same colors between dailies and weekly. You could see a lot of this over here is 5s, and you could see basically the Switzy is being weak compared to a lot of currencies, but it's very trending. Let's go to yen. Yen, you can see here, is very, very strong. A lot of 5s already yellow. So a lot of the trends already started to occur, and we're already too late to the game. Nothing here for the Singapore dollar. For the euro, you got a lot of 5s here and a lot of currencies here. You can see the euro's been strong too. So this kind of gives you an overall idea of what's been trending and what's pretty much finished trending. So over here, you got a lot of 5s too in yellows. So if you look here, and then New Zealand, if you look at New Zealand, New Zealand has pretty much been weak. So that's being opposite of what's been happening in January and February, where New Zealand was strong. Now it's kind of reversed and gone weak, and you notice these are all fives. And so everything right now doesn't look like there's a strong dominant pair right now that's getting ready to emerge. Seems like a lot of things already trended, where New Zealand's been weak, yen's been strong, euro's been strong, dollars being strong. So those are right in trending mode. So right now we're in a counter trend environment where you cannot sit there and go on with the trends. You pretty much have to go into the counter trend environment. Okay. Also over here we can look at our email alerts, and we can look for multiple time frame signals. Each row here represents a 2 time frame opportunity. This is 11:10 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. If you look here, the Euro DKK is a multiple time frame signal on the daily. So that's the only one right now as far as daily is concerned. 120 and 240 intraday, kind of mid long-term trading, and then these are all short-term trading. And if you look here, there's only one long-term right now, Euro DKK, which we'll look at. So let's go through and start looking at all the currencies and start from the very beginning, and start that route now. Okay, so if you look at the Australian CAD, remember, left-hand side is the daily, right-hand side is basically the weekly time frame. If you look here on the daily, it's already been trending, and you can see why. That's this little move here, is this big move here on the daily, and you can see it basically broke support here at 129. It's been going down. This is overextended now. This definitely needs a pullback, so it's too late to pretty much sell. You need a pullback. If you could get back to about 129 again, then you can start looking for bearish opportunities, but depending on the chart. But you could see here that it's already getting close to matching, getting close to the supports here. There's one minor support here, another major one here. So this thing couldn't end anytime now, so be very careful in trying to go short with this Australian CAD. Australian Switzy, really don't like too many Switzy pairs. Reason why is they're too slow to move, where you don't get that much profit at all. But you know, they are trending, and they do trend for a very long time. It's just that you don't get much profit out for the amount of time you're waiting. If you look here on the daily time frame, this is still in the bearish trend here, and over here you could see that basically sentiment's bullish. So you're basically on the daily time frame going counter trend, and it's keep on going down right now. This thing still has some momentum where it can still keep on going. It probably could sit there and probably retest this low here at 92.12. At that point, you need to see exactly what's going to happen, because that is a major resistance there. Major support there. 93.77 is going to be a major resistance level for Australian Switzy. Let's go Australian Hong Kong for all our Asian customers. If you look at Australia and Hong Kong, this has been a great trade going down. You can see this huge 500 pip movement going down. Sorry, that's more than 500 pips, but that's a huge movement going down. And you can see here that basically it's too late to sell now. You have to wait for a pullback. You can see it's already at one minor support level right now. If it breaks that, it can come all the way down here, but it definitely needs to pull back. If it could pull back all the way to 7.8647, that would be a very good level. If it could pull back to, then you can start looking at bearish opportunities again, but it may not get all the way to that level. We'll have to see. It could only get to about 82.90, which is a minor resistance level. But support, we're at one minor support right now, have a potential to keep on going lower. Australian yen. If you look at Australian yen, as we talked about a minute ago, yen pairs are on a tear right now. This has been a huge movement down. If you could see here, we're about to test here the low support from back to last year, and you could just mark it there at 76.89 right now. So this is a potential bouncing point, and the weekly says that you need to pull back to before it can sit there and start a trend all the way down to these levels in 72s and 70. So if you get a pullback level, resistance level is going to be 80.85 right now, but it is a moving target, so you have to wait and see. But you definitely need to pull back as far as weekly is concerned, and then it has a potential of long-term moving into a scenario where it can retest the lows, where yen can get even more and more stronger. Australia, New Zealand, You could see here, this is starting a bullish trend here. However, it's minor. If you look here on the weekly, you could see that basically prices and clouds, so we're consolidating. And if you look right now, you're kind of getting close to a major resistance value of basically right around here, which is going to be basically 30.51 is a major resistance level. So profit's very limited now to go bullish. It's already too late. You really need to get in somewhere down here, and then right is for about 200 pips to up. Australian Singapore, of course, Singapore is very strong right now. Look at this big movement down. Definitely need to pull back on the weekly to sit there and continue to go down, but we are getting close to this minor support level right here at 2360, so watch out for there. But this is too late to go down. You have to wait for a pullback to occur to even start looking at opportunities to go long on this. Let's go look at Australian USD. Australian USD, remember dollar strong along with yen and euro. So if you're looking at this, this has been going down, 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 down. This is bearish trending on the daily. It's overextended, sold now. If you look on the weekly, basically we're right close to a major support at 96.57. Again, the weekly needs a pullback in order to sit there and start a long-term trend. Notice the story for all the Australian pairs right now is that the weekly is being going down drastically or up, but needs to pull back in order for it to be a long-term trend instead of a trend that's going to last only from 1 to 3 months. CAD Switzy really not doing anything at all. Major resistance here, 93.94. If it breaks that, then it can go higher, but it's in a major consolidation pattern like majority of the Switzy pairs do. CAD Yen, you can see the major support level now is 76.63. This thing is breaking down even today. It's down 100 pips. Let me get rid of all these little drawings here. There's too many of them. So I'm just going to get rid of these levels. These are very old. And you can see here it's at the bottom of the cloud, so we're at a support level right now. Definitely need to pull back upwards in order to start a bearish trend to even have a possibility of starting to set there and go to 72. But you know, we need to close below the cloud before we could even bet on this long term. As far as short term, which is the daily time frame, which is typical trades 1 to 3 months, this is bearish trending right now, but we are getting to a major support level. In fact, we're at a minor one right now, and we could get to a major one very soon. So be very careful on shorting this at all right now. And remember, we analyzed the heat map and everything earlier, and it basically told us a lot of the trends already occurred, so you need to be careful. As far as CAD Singapore, this looks like a great opportunity here. If it could break the support level here, then this could be a great opportunity to go down. So I'll definitely watch for this one to look for a bearish trade on this moving forward. And I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here. So I will know exactly when it breaks that support level there. Okay, so that's a great trade that you could look for on CAD Singapore dollar moving forward. Switzy pairs, I'll go through a couple of them, not much to go through. Remember, yen's being very strong. If you look here, the yen's been going down, down, down. This looks like here it's going to retest this pivot low here. However, don't think it's going to get there really, really fast right now. Reason why, this definitely needs a pullback right now because it's a little overextended on the daily. After it gets to a pullback, then it has a chance to get down there, but the momentum is weak on a weekly time frame. So this definitely needs to pull back to a certain extent. Okay. So really, CAD Singapore is the only opportunity that we see right now. Everything's already trending. Let's go to some of the Euro currencies. Euro Australian, this looks like a bullish trend here, slowly moving up. It's at a major resistance here at 30.23, and you could see here the weekly is basically really looks ugly right now. However, this is a major resistance level where it needs to sit there, and if it can't break this thing does have a potential of tanking. Support level is going to be 27.99. So if this gets below 27.99, this does have the ability to keep on going and tanking and retesting the low. So it definitely will sit there. Put alert here at 27.99. Excuse me. And if it gets there, it does have potential going there. I definitely would not bet on this going up. Reason why is the next resistance level is only 200 pips away at 31.96. So there's not much reward risk ratio there for the risk that you're going to be taking on that time frame. Euro CAD, You could see here on the weekly time frame, it's slowly trickling down. This is, believe it or not, on a bearish trend, but it's consolidating here on the bearish trend. Really hasn't pushed forward at all. And you can see how ugly the daily is, but this is a consolidation pattern with a bearish trend here on the weekly. It's got to break this level here at 28.02, but notice every time it breaks a resistance level like here, it broke 28.78, then it went down a couple of points, then went back up. So whenever it does break support levels, this thing's not going with enough energy to go keep on going down. That may change, but if you're sitting there trading off a daily time frame, be very, very careful where it doesn't break support and then goes back up and kind of get you caught in a stop runs type of scenario. This one is the only way you could trade this without getting stopped in and out, is pretty much on a weekly time frame right now. Euro Switzy. If you look at Euro Switzy, nothing really going on. I'm not even going to discuss that one. That's kind of boring. Let's go on to some exciting pairs. Euro Pound. If you look at Euro Pound, it's continuing its journey downwards here. You can see a pullback here that occurred. This is basically a bearish trend on both the daily and weekly. This is still very, very, very strong moving down. Let's see if we can find a major support level in this guy. Let me see if I can get more data. Give me 1 second. I'll scroll backwards and shrink this down. So we're getting to this huge consolidation area in there. I would say probably this thing, it's at a major support right now, which is right here. However, it can sit there and have a possibility going all the way down here, another 200 pips. So we're at a major support level right now, but does have a potential going down close to about 120 pips more before it hits a major block. So definitely watch out for this one. Euro Hong Kong. As you can see, Hong Kong's being strong against the euro. This is trending on both the daily and weekly. Right now, it looks like it's broken this support level here, but you really don't know until you kind of see some action the next day or two to see if it follows through and keeps on going down. But this is very, very strong to the downside and does have the potential to keep on going all the way down here. So definitely be careful there. This is a major resistance support level right there at 7888. It's still breaking through there, and it can keep on going. But this does have a potential of moving down to all the way to 9.3154. Okay. Okay. Let's keep on going. Euro yen. Euro yen definitely bearish trending on the daily time frame. Here you can look from the weekly here. It's starting to go down. It's trying to get to this level here. It does retest this pivot low. However, be very careful. It doesn't mean it's going to get there right now, because it's definitely, the momentum's weak on the weekly time frame. This has been too fast of a downward movement for it to occur. So this can sit there and pull back up before it even gets that level. So don't think it's going to get there for sure. Only time's going to tell. So if you're in this trade, make sure you tighten up your stops and watch it. Euro New Zealand, this has been a great trade that we basically, this is like a 300 pip movement that we got from our e-signal, from our email alerts on our signal service for 300 pips in about 3 days time. And you could see any of that from our website, ichimokutrade.com. But basically, this was a huge bullish movement upwards. It's counter trend to the weekly. It's basically at a major resistance level now, so we pretty much have got now. But this was a great trade, basically this upward movement here, but it was counter trend to the weekly. Let's keep on going down. Euro Singapore. Euro Singapore is still bearish trending on both time frames, going down. It still looks good going down, moving forward. Major resistance level is going to be 62.79. Major support levels is pivot low here, but this does have a potential to keep on going lower and lower, and actually no more history at all on how far it could go down to. So this is a great trade right now. If you're in it, just tighten up your stops and keep on moving forward. Okay, Euro USD. Euro USD, you could see here, get rid of these lines here for everyone. It basically is bearish trending on both the daily and weekly, still looking good. It broke for this major support level here at 26.18. However, we need to see that it follows through and staying below that level for the next couple of days. So if it does, then yeah, this breakdown is really real. If not, if it pulls back up, then it was a fake and it could turn into a double bottom. So be very careful on this one moving forward, even though it's broken that level. Pound has been very, very strong compared to a lot of currencies. You could see this huge movement up here. This has been a great, great movement here on a daily time frame. You could see here on the weekly. This definitely needs a pullback now. Once it could get a pullback, then this is going to be a great, great trade to look at to moving forward on a bullish side. Pound CAD been going up, but this is a little choppy, as you can see, these little movements here. It's better to be in the pound Australian compared to pound CAD because this is a clean movement up, whereas this is a lot of chop where 1 minute you're going to be up in your account, next minute you're going to be down, and so forth. So the pound Australian was a better one. Pound Switzy is slowly moving up, still trending to the bullish side and still moving upwards, so there's nothing there to talk about at all. Pound Hong Kong dollar. Hong Kong is actually strong against the pound. You could see here, broke for the cloud here. You need a pullback here on the daily time frame right now, and then you could sit there and see this thing go down. So the pound Hong Kong dollar, definitely keep a lookout for it for the future because this could be a potential trade moving forward. But only time's going to tell, and really you definitely need to pull back up. If it could pull back to about 12.3578 and then pull down, that'll be a perfect trade. Pound yen, you can see here it's basically bearish. It's not trending yet. It's got to still break down. You can see from here, from the weekly, it's in the prices in the cloud, so it's going to meet a lot of support resistance and trying to go down. So be very, very careful on this one. I wouldn't take this trade at all right now. I pretty much would walk away from that one. Pound New Zealand has been very, very strong because remember, New Zealand's been weak, pound's been strong. This has been a great, great price movement up, as you can see, over 500 pips in a short amount of time. And you can see here it went through this thick cloud here with vengeance. It's at a major resistance level right now, which is right there, this pivot. So it could form a double top there, and you can see here this is a double bottom here. So this is a weekly time frame where this thing is just ranging right now. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. But that's a big wide range right there, 600 points. So we got to see exactly what's going to happen with this one. But it's too late to enter or that trade at all. Pound Singapore dollar, not really doing anything. It's boring, so we're going to just keep on moving forward. Pound USD. This was going up, but then it sit there and decided that it wanted to yank down. It had a chance to stop here at 60.54 stop and then keep on going up. However, it didn't do that at all. It pretty much got destroyed. The bullish trend completely got destroyed. Now, basically, the sentiment is bearish. It's trying to set up for bearish trend, but it's got a long ways to go before it could set up for a trend to the downside. Hong Kong yen. If you look at Hong Kong yen, it's starting to set up bearish trend here on the daily time frame. However, it's in a thick cloud here, so it could sit there with a lot of support going, trying to go down. So I definitely don't like that one and move forward. Let's keep on going down. New Zealand CAD. Remember, New Zealand's been weak, so New Zealand CAD's been trending. It's overextended right now. You could see from the weekly, the sentiment's now changed to bearish, but it needs a pullback. Okay. New Zealand Switzy, again, New Zealand's been weak, so Switzy here has been trending on the daily. Weekly is just in the consolidation pattern. New Zealand Hong Kong, and of course Hong Kong's been strong. This has basically been trending here on the daily time frame. It's at some major support levels right now. This is one, and that's another one right there, so be very careful in trying to short this anymore. New Zealand Yen, same thing here. This has basically been a nice downward trend here on the daily time frame, and this basically is awkward here, where it's really doing nothing except consolidating between here and really here. So this is just trending between two big consolidation areas on the weekly time frame, but setting up major trends on the daily because it's a big wide range. New Zealand Singapore dollar, same thing, bearish trend here, nice big trend down here, Over here is a big push here. Its sentiment is bearish, but it needs to pull back on the weekly before it moves forward with anything. Notice with all the New Zealand pairs, you need to pull back on the weekly before they can start some major trends to the bearish side on the weekly time frame. And the reason why is, remember, New Zealand was very strong in January and February, so that's basically why you can't just sit there and say on the weekly time frame, which is long term, it's going to enter a trend pattern. New Zealand USD, we're at a major support level right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but definitely need to pull back to the higher side for the weekly to sit there and start moving forward. Okay, finally it's the US pairs. Well, let's see. We can't even get this one. Let's go US Canadian. US Canada has been basically a bullish trend to the daily time frame. Weekly time frame is basically popped out of the clouds. The sentiment is bullish. It definitely needs to pull back too in order to start a trend to go to a long side to even have a possibility going back up to 512. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on that one. US Switzy. Of course, US has been stronger. It's going ready to retest this pivot high, which is major resistance level at 95.79. It's only time is going to tell exactly what's going to happen there. US Hong Kong, nothing really going on at all. That's boring. So let's keep on going. US Yen, a lot of people have been betting this thing keep on going higher. Unfortunately, it's not happening for you guys. This has been a major breakdown where it went up. It had a chance to stop at pullback levels. It hasn't. This thing is on a downside right now on the daily time frame, and the weekly is just destroyed. So the bullish trend is gone, and it had an opportunity to sit there and hold right around 81. If it did, then it would have had an opportunity to keep on going higher. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and the bullish trend's being destroyed. And I'm going backwards, so let's keep on going forward. U.S. Mexico. Definitely look at this one. Reason why is Mexico is strong here compared to the dollar. Now look what happens. Complete reversal. Where the dollar's basically gone strong against the Mexican peso again, and we're right almost at a double top here, or triple top, or head and shoulder, whatever you want to call it, a major resistance level. So be very careful. It's too late to enter long. You should be looking at short opportunities as counter trend moving forward. U.S. Singapore dollar. Bullish trending here on the daily. You could see on the weekly we just came out of the cloud, so it definitely needs to pull back before it could do anything on the weekly. Okay, and so that is it for now. Basically, if you look at the majority of everything we've gone through, from the heat map to looking at all individual charts, majority of the trends have already occurred. So you should be in a counter trend mode instead of a trend mode. If you're a trend trader, you're gonna have to wait patiently for the next instrument to start trending. But basically, if you think about it, you should already be in some of the trends already, which was yen was strong, New Zealand was weak, pound was strong, euro was being strong, and dollars being strong. So those are being the trends that are there that are pretty much in oversold, overbought scenarios now. So those trends are starting to end. So you need to, be aware of that and start looking for new trends. But if you're in counter trend mode, this is a perfect environment right now for you to trade. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@eiicapital.com. Also, if you have any questions, please let us know. Again, you can access our website here at ichimokutrade.com. Thank you.